So back to doing a bit more repainting. I need to get on with the roof, so I've utilised an old cheap car cover, covered the car up, chopped it around, taped it on. So the roof's going to get done. I'm going to sand that down and see whether it needs filler or just another coat of paint. I've decided to redo the boot as well. You see, again at that sort of line, it's dark line where obviously you cocked up the spray painting. Obviously I've worked up now, realised why it was doing that, and that's because I had the vent on top of the spray bottle was blocked, so obviously it wasn't spraying the right amount of paint out, so obviously that's why I had issues doing that. So now I know that's good, it's fine. So this is all out. Once this is all sprayed, polished, blah blah blah, I can then put the sticker on the back, which goes around the side, window back in, spoiler back in, start putting them back together. So yeah, let's get on doing some sanding and see what we can find. Right, as you can see, I've just scotch bright all the panel and stuff and just got the sandpaper on this bit at the moment because these are the only bits I've got issues really. And as you can see there, there's a run there hiding under the paint, which you can just about feel it, but once you've got lacquer and clear coat on it stands out a mile. So I'll sand that back until that's flat, and then I'll go over wet and dry on this just so I know it is flat, same as the other side. Then that'll be ready for paint, and then I haven't done much of the roof. I just scotch bright the front down. The front hasn't got a problem, sides haven't got a problem, it's just all the main bit. So I'll move on to that in a bit. Just an update for you all. I need to stop coughing when I start talking. Yeah, so I wasn't happy with the roof, as I said before. I'll sort of run out of things to do. Delivery man's been a bit slack this week. I normally quite good, and I was like, well, I don't want to do the roof because I haven't got nothing to really cover the car with. And I wasn't buying another roll of that plastic sheeting, but I got this cheapy car cover, 10 quid or whatever from Argos, that I used to move the car over and moved house. So I thought, aha, that'll do. So I just plonged it on there, cut a hole in the roof, bit on the side so I can flick it through the boot, and yeah, so that done the job for doing that. So I don't care, it's going to go in the bin after. So I've just wet sanded the roof, 1500 and then 2.5. The main issue, I had a couple of wrinkly bits. I don't know how they got in there, but they're annoying me. So you'll see from the pictures, obviously I've rubbed it down, sanded it back as best as I can. There's still, I think, still going to be a few bits, but damn sight better than it was. So yeah, so I just had 1500 grit over it. That's taken about an hour, 1500 grit. After that I've done 2.5. And so sort of an idea how I found it is, once you've done your 1500 and then you move on to your next grit, like I've gone to 2.5. 2.5 should, if that's taking an hour to do the roof and the boot, doing the 2.5 should take you 10-15 minutes really, because the 2.5 should just be a nice glide over. But you can do it if you want. So I'm just going to get on the polish of this. I've done some testers yesterday, or the other day before I sprayed it. These lines here, those ones are sort of big cigar shape, is what you're sort of looking for when you want to spray your car. Now, if I get this right, these three here, 1, 2, 3. Now that is what I sprayed the car with. So you've got an even amount of paint spraying over that shape with your fan and everything. That you can see it's a bit darker at the bottom, and that's a bit darker still. So I've just sprayed that. It's too much paint in that point. Changed the fan, backed off on the amount of paint coming through on the back knob, and then done it again, then got right there. So that's what we're aiming for. Also, when you screw the fan in, you can see that one there has got way too much paint went in it, so that's what you're looking at. So you've got a big bit of wood or something there, or another panel or something. It's good to sort of test the gun out on something before you get it on the paint. Yeah, and make sure, I've done it in the last video, the issue I had spraying was the breather in the top of there, which I've told you before, that needs cleaning. That breather was blocked, which has caused me such an arse trying to get the paint sprayed, because 1 minute you get loads of paint through, and then it's sort of like nothing will come out and it'll be all splattery and a bit annoying. That was the reason why. So yeah, make sure you clean your gun out properly and that vent at the top. So I'm just going to get on with getting this polished. I have got, what else did I put on the car? Front badges on. I've done some stuff in the engine bay, slam panel, bonnet latch, bits and bobs, metering unit and the air intake, just in there out the way so I know they're ready. I've got a new badge on the back, which I was well chuffed with. I got them from Trim Sport. I'll just pull her skirt up. Yep, well happy with that badge. That was from Trim Sport, they do them online. Quick and easy to get out. Yeah, so I want to get on with polishing this. Again, is what I'm using. 3M fast cut with a pad. I've got a few bits sprayed up, little tiny bits. The boot is full of, there's loads of bits in the boot. I'll show you once it's all polished and that. So yeah, I'll get on my sticks and polish and hopefully it looks good. There we go, just run the polisher over it. And it's a lot of relief. A lot of a relief, that's terrible. It's a good relief when it comes out nice. There is still a few little wrinkles in the roof, but I'm beyond caring now. They're like, just sitting, there's wood beams in the roof over there as I move. A little bit, it seems very hard to get this right on a roof, but it's a big, very thin panel. Those little dots are just more dust that fling over, but yeah. Happy with how that's come out. It's a lot flatter than it was before. I need to go over it with machine polisher again just to, there are water drops off the DA. Yeah, so yeah, I need to go over the machine polisher again. There's a few little, just to catch them sort of there, a few little scratches, but not scratches, just tiny polishing marks. But yeah, it's looking really good. Well happy with that. Yeah, zoom in. There you go. Yeah, much chuffed with that. I haven't done the sunroof yet because I was going to spray at the same time, but it's up there. I took it down, but I need to redo that because that's a panel I've had so much reactions with it. I need to take it right back to the metal again and then go from there. But I can do that with a rattle can later on. So it's me done for tonight. I think it was about two and a bit hours it's taken to wet sand all that. 1500, 2.5. Wipe it down, shell polish it. Well, machine polish with 3M. Again, I'll go over it again with the machine polish tomorrow because I am Hank Marvin. That's hungry if people don't know. And then get some sleep. Machine polish that again tomorrow. That's looking good. And then get some Maguire's normal polish on it and then seal it up with some Dodo juice. Cheers. Right, so I've gone over the roof again with the machine polisher. And I've just gone over the roof and the boot again with some Maguire's polish, and I'm really happy with that. Lovely and clear. Obviously there are some imperfections in it, but hey ho, this is in the garage, remember? So I'm really happy with that. But the way I've sprayed it this time, you can see the sort of fallout of metallic particles. So it's really good, really chuffed. It's still all a learning curve, all learning all the time. This is a problem that I didn't like before. That had different weird markings on them, like where the paint hadn't gone right, but you can just see there the layer of the metallical particles is lovely. So it's gone on really good. So that's all good. Can't really see that. I've got lots of goodies now. I've got water pumps been sprayed up, brand new, it's all cleaned up. Rear engine mount. That's a breather off the front. Radiator cowling. Drive shaft off the back of the boot. That's the exhaust sort of heat shield thing. Rear windows in there. So yeah, we can get a shift on with this pretty good. And I thought I'd pull down and pop the old roof guttering on. So that went on absolutely beautiful. I had a few little issues, but these, because there's metal inside, these are very hard, very easy even to bend. So that's gone on lovely and straight. I had enough old clips left over, so that's beautiful. So it's quite nice when you get big things like that on there. You can see the cars coming over quite quickly. Yeah, so I'll get some more clips, put the other side on. Door handles still on the way from Brendan. With door handles, buy genuine ones. The amount of times on my previous Golfs I've bought remaked handles, they're absolute dog toffee. The keys are made out of, I think, tin foil, and the little hook that goes in that side, the gap between the bit that hooks in and the actual handle is not the same as genuine. So when you put it on there, it doesn't fit right, and they're horrible. The amount of times I think I went through 4 different sets on my oak green I had yonks ago, and you put the key in there to undo it, and it just snap, or the barrel will come out of them. So pay the extra obviously it's been hard to get hold of a set of genuine ones with locks, because obviously I need the locks and keys with it. Brendan sorted me out, so they should be on the way soon, and a rear badge. I've been fiddling around with fuel metering pumps. That's an XR. That's off an XR3i. That's the one off the Golf, the darker one. This is aluminium. I've had a fiddle with a fuel pin. These are quite in depth. If you haven't got confidence to pull them apart, don't send them away. But I'm not sending them away because the best part of 450 odd quid to get these to KMI to have them rebuilt. But I'm particularly not happy with doing that, so I want to have a fiddle myself and see what's going on. Try something different, think outside the box. So I've modified the fuel pin inside there, and I wanted to slightly enlarge these. These are fuel outlets, and they're 0.9 mil from what I can measure, and I wanted to open up just to a mil, but I sort of broke one of these. Very hard, because this is very zoom in. Anyway, yeah, I snapped the nib off there, which wasn't very helpful, because these need to be perfectly aligned with the whole surface due to how they work. It's just springs. This is the XR3i one, silver with aluminium housing. It's just a plate in it. It works on a pressure differential. So how can I explain that quickly? This is the bottom part. Fuel comes in the bottom part, fills these up, and you've then got a pressure from the bottom part pushing that diaphragm, plastic diaphragm, which seals that hole off so no fuel can get through. But when the fuel pin moves inside the housing, that's the housing with all the filter and stuff, fuel pin inside moves up and then opens little slits, and those slits are like 0.2 mil inside that little housing. Lets fuel come through there, which then fills up this side, which then forces that part of that diaphragm down, and that spring assists the sort of diaphragm going down to allow fuel to go up through there into the injector. Simply, pretty much. The XR3i's got a rubber diaphragm, and obviously the VW's got silver ones. But just having a fiddle, seeing what I can do. Like I say, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but I'd rather try something and figure out how or what can be done. Because there's always something you can do. Because a lot of people, there's not a lot of write-ups about these being taken apart and rebuilt and all that sort of stuff, and KMI don't want to tell anyone what they're doing, which is fair enough. Business. I mean, I sent them an email asking for some do they do a rebuild kit, and they're like, nope, don't do spares, and that was it, point blank. And I was like, oh, okay, you're not interested now. And if a company's like that, like, could point you in the right direction, saying, oh no, but this company does supply it, but for them just to go point blank, no, it's sort of like, well, hold on, it's like keeping all the cards to their chest. So I want to have a look, see what's going inside them. They are simple in a way. People say don't take them apart. Again, if you're not mechanically competent to do it, don't, or buy a crap one. That was 35 quid, XR3i one. So it doesn't matter if it's different, but it's interesting, isn't it? Something to look at, something to have a mind around, see what's going on. So yeah, I'll carry on and have a fiddle with that, and might decide what I'll do with that at some point. But yeah, we're looking good with the car. I'm very happy with it. Going to get a decal for the boot. That can go on first, then the window needs to go back in, and this board and the other bits can go back on, and then hopefully next month get that sent away to get it bored out, and then we can start work on that. So, and then also 3M pads. I know people have said there are other better makes out there. There are. If you're going to buy fast cut polish, fine, but their pads are terrible. Right? They're absolutely rock solid, so it even says, a lot of people online say to sort of soak these to get them a bit squishier, so they're easy to use, but I don't know if you can see, yeah, all done there. This was a brand new pad, and I'm just using it on the DA on the roof, which is what they're meant to be used for, and it's just fallen apart. And it was like flinging bits of green foam all over the car. And it was 20 quid for 2 of those, 10 quid for that. Pretty crap, and it's even split there. That's just doing it on a flat panel roof. The other pads are just cheap eBay ones, so I'm not going to bother cleaning them. I'll just stick them in the bin, and I'll use other. When I come to again, I bet some other pads. A lot of other. You Google it online. There's loads of detailing forums. A whole host of different pads you can use. So right, I'll stop jabbering. Oh, I also did You can't see that. The old 16 valve badge on the dash. Now, that wasn't on the dash when I got it. That was in a box of bits and bobs, and I thought, oh, 16 valve badge, so I just glued it on my toolbox. And I thought I'll just buy another one, which is a mistake I made doing the car. Thought, oh, I don't know that I can buy new ones online, Yeah, try and buy new things like that. That glove box badge, you're looking like 40 odd quid for a second hand on some people on eBay. So if you are doing this kind of work, don't throw anything away. Keep it. There are things you can buy straight off the shelf, but some things, genuine bits, you want to keep because they don't get made anymore. And if they do, whoever's got them wants a lot of money. That's cool. I'll stop jabbering. Cheers.